Outside Parliament, the Institute of Economic Affairs is blaming the failure of the Office of the Special Prosecutor to pursue those engaged in graft for the current perception about corruption in the country. Now, speaking at a news conference on the 2020 State of the Nation address, the Director for Research for the IEA, Dr. John Kwache, said people engage in corrupt practices with impunity and that the Office of the Special Prosecutor should have been able to prosecute some officials as of now.
We live and encounter corruption every day. And public officials and institutions perpetrate corruption with impunity. The systems to detect and prosecute corruption are inherently ineffective, and that is why we do not see people jailed, a lot of people being jailed. The special prosecutor has been in place for about 2.5 years, but he has not prosecuted a single corruption case. He has been resourced and everything. In fact, if we are not careful, the special prosecutor's office itself will be corrupted. In fact, there's a general cynicism about the ability of accountability institutions to fight corruption, despite what the president claims. In fact, not only is the legal framework ineffective and the accountability institutions weak, but there are doubts about the political will to fight corruption, which perpetuates private gain at the expense of the public and makes the public poor.
He said the collapse of Men's Gold and the financial sector meltdown seem to have brought great hardship to the ordinary Ghanaian across the country.
The Men's Gold, DKN, and the rest have inflicted hardship on investors and their families. Therefore, when people say literally that there's no money in the system, these are the origins. You know, these are things that the politicians will not normally, say it. They will always come, especially in the State of the Nation addresses. I must say that, they will normally come and tell you the positive side of things, what they have achieved and all that. But it is common for them to play down on the negatives. I'm trying to help them to explain when people say there's economic hardship, what are the sources? Economic management can alleviate part of the hardship if it can deliver social interventions to mitigate the associated costs.
Dr. Kwache, as a result, called for banks unaffected by the financial sector cleanup to be involved in paying aggrieved customers.
Of course, you expect politicians to say, we will pay 100% of their deposits. But that's a cost to all of us. It's a budgetary cost. It's a cost to the taxpayer. It's a taxpayer money that's going to be used to do that. Now, refunding 100% of deposits may be a popular decision, but economically, to me, it's difficult to defend it. The surviving banks, those ones that did not collapse, could have been asked to contribute to the cleanup costs. Now, this request is justified on the grounds that there is such interconnectedness within the banking industry that all banks must be made to bear some of the responsibility for the crisis. The banks are so much interconnected that you cannot say that if one bank fails, it's entirely their problem. So why don't we ask the more successful banks who are making abnormal profits, pay for part of the cost?